I want you to imagine this. You stand for prayer. You raise your hands, whisper Allahu Akbar, and fold them on your chest. The world should fade away. But instead, something else happens. Your mind begins to wander. You think about work, about dinner, about that text you forgot to reply to. Suddenly, you're halfway through Surah Al-Fatiha, and you can't even remember if you recited it properly. Sound familiar? It should, because almost every Muslim has faced this struggle, the struggle of khushoo, true focus and humility in Salah. And here's the chilling truth. The Prophet warned us about this very thing. In one hadith, he said, "A man may finish his prayer, and nothing of it is recorded for him except a tenth of it, a ninth of it, an eighth of it, a seventh of it, a sixth of it, a fifth of it, a quarter of it, a third of it, or half of it." Abu Dawood, Hassan. Think about that. You could be praying 5 times a day, but if your heart and mind are absent, you may walk away with almost nothing written for you. There's a narration in Sahih Bukhari where the Prophet described how shaytan tries to steal from our prayer. He said, when the call for prayer is pronounced, shaytan takes to his heels, passing wind with noise. When the call is finished, he comes back. When the iqamah is pronounced, shaytan again takes to his heels. When the iqamah is finished, he comes back again to distract the person praying, saying to him, "Remember such and such, remember such and such," until he forgets how much he has prayed. Bukhari, Muslim. Picture that. You're standing before God, but something unseen is circling you, whispering, planting distractions in your mind, making you forget what rakʿah you're on. It's unsettling, because we often dismiss these wandering thoughts as harmless. But in reality, they are deliberate attacks. Tip number 1. Understand who you are standing before. The scholars say that the first step to focusing in Salah is not about physical tricks. It's about awareness. Imagine standing in front of a king. You wouldn't fidget, check your phone, or let your eyes wander. You'd be frozen in respect. Now multiply that by infinity. Because when you stand for prayer, you are standing before the King of Kings. God says in the Holy Book, "And establish prayer for my remembrance." The prayer isn't just about movements. It's about remembering Him. If you enter prayer without reminding yourself who you are speaking to, your mind will slip away instantly. Before you say Allahu Akbar, pause for 2 seconds. Tell yourself, this is my private audience with God. That awareness alone can lock your focus. Tip number 2, slow down. Salah isn't a race. One of the biggest traps is rushing. How many times have you caught yourself praying like you're racing against the clock? Quick recitation, quick bowing, quick prostration. But the Prophet warned against this. Once, he saw a man praying without pausing properly between movements. He told him, "Go back and pray, for you have not prayed." Bukhari, Muslim. The man repeated it 3 times, and each time the Prophet said, "Go back and pray, for you have not prayed." Finally, the Prophet explained, when you stand for prayer, say takbir, then recite what you can of the Holy Book. Then bow until you feel at ease. Then rise until you stand straight. Then prostrate until you are at ease. Do this throughout your prayer. It's chilling to think about, but rushing through Salah can mean it doesn't even count. So take your time. Feel every movement. Let every word of Holy Book roll off your tongue with meaning. Tip number 3. Learn the meaning of what you recite. Here's a secret. Most of us lose focus because the words become automatic. We recite Surah Al-Fatiha, but our minds are elsewhere. Every verse of Al-Fatiha is a conversation with God. He is responding to you. Imagine it like that. When you say Allahu Akbar, imagine God turning His attention toward you. When you say, "You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help," imagine the heavens opening and your words being carried to Him. Once you know the meaning, it becomes nearly impossible to zone out. Tip number 4. Prepare your heart before you enter. Think of Salah like entering a sacred space. You can't just run in distracted and expect to focus. The Prophet disliked praying while food was served or while needing the bathroom. Why? Because your focus would be divided. He said, "There is no prayer when food is present, nor when a person is resisting the 2 filths, urine and feces." Muslim. So prepare yourself. Use the bathroom. Eat if you're starving. Clear your head for 2 minutes before saying takbir. Even perform ablution slowly, with reflection, as the Prophet described wudu washing away sins. When you enter Salah already calm, the focus comes naturally. Tip number 5, remember death in your prayer. The Prophet said, when you pray, pray as if it is your last prayer. Ibn Majah, Hassan. Think about that. Imagine this Maghrib, this Isha, this very prayer, is the final time you ever bow before God. How carefully would you recite? How still would you stand? Death is always closer than we think. And if the angel of death came while we were distracted, rushing, or careless in prayer, how would we want to be remembered? The Prophet said, the first thing for which a person will be brought to account on the day of resurrection will be his prayer. If it is sound, then the rest of his deeds will be sound. And if it is corrupt, then the rest of his deeds will be corrupt. Al-Tabarani, Hassan. So the next time you stand in prayer and your mind begins to drift, remember, you are standing before the King of Kings. Shaytan is circling, trying to steal from your reward. Every verse is a direct conversation with Allah. This could be your last prayer. Focus isn't easy, but with awareness, preparation, and following the Sunnah, it becomes possible. And once you taste that feeling of being completely present in prayer, you'll never want to pray distracted again. Because that's not just a prayer. That's a lifeline to God.